You're curious about what's going on in the Stockton housing market? Continue to watch this video. My name is David McKeever. This is Richard Hunley. We're brokers with Advanced One McKeever Real Estate in Stockton. And we're getting into the housing market today. Richard, let's get right to it. What do we have? What's it looking like? What happened last month in January of 2022?
Okay, if you'll take a look at the chart right here, you can see that the red line starting to go back up is pendings. That's a good thing. Although the dark green line is the solds, and that's down. So hopefully the pendings will pull that up a little bit, but they're still, down compared to just a few months ago. David, what's going on with our inventory?
Well, because of the pendings spiking a little bit last month, and by the way, I think that's due to the noise and the chatter of the increased rates. We're seeing a lot of activity from buyers wanting to try to get ahead and purchase that house before rates go up any further. So with the pendings sales spiking last month, it's caused our inventory levels, which were already considerably low, to go even further down. We'll get more into that a little bit later. But let's look at last month's newly listed homes. It was relatively flat compared to December. December had 185 listed homes. In January, it was 181. Pretty seasonal, typical trend for winter months for the housing market. Last year, we had in January 142 new listings. Last year was kind of an abnormal year. We had 5 really low inventory months right in a row before they started to climb. But let's look at next the average sold price here in Stockton last month.
On this chart, take a look at the green line. This is for sale, the price of for sale in our market here in Stockton. Down just a little bit from 525 to 524. Not much movement. But David, what about the sold pricing?
Yeah, the average sold price is just that bottom line across the screen. Stayed pretty steady at $430,000 in the month of January. Previously to that was $435,000. I always like to look back. We'll look back 1 year. So a year ago, this time was $388,000 for Stockton. Still a pretty considerable rise. Prices do seem at this point, they seem to have kind of leveled off the last few months. And that remains, I don't know if that's a winter seasonal thing or who knows, but we'll keep an eye on that as we move forward into the spring months, because that'll give us an indication of where prices will go.
Yeah, if this is normal, then spring should start picking up if spring is normal. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, the next chart I want to look at, if you guys are thinking about selling a house anytime soon, we're going to look at how fast homes are selling for in Stockton right now.
And on this chart, on the days on the market, you can see last 4 months, 5 months actually, just stepping up a little bit, not much. We're up to 28 days. That's kind of high for us, but that's still selling pretty fast for any market throughout the country. So 28 days and stepping up slowly, a couple days each month.
Last month not only was it a winter month, I've said that a couple times, but it seems like the COVID variant last month really put a pause on a lot of things. I know it seemed like everybody I was talking to knew somebody was getting sick. So I think that kind of had a place in the market. People delayed putting their house on, or people delayed going to look at homes. So that could have had an effect. But the next item on this chart I want to look at is the list to the sales price ratio. We're still at 100%, which means the homes that are on the market are selling for 100% of the asking price on average. So still a very positive seller's market. Yes. Sellers are getting what they're asking for according to the data. So still a strong market for sellers.
Seller still in charge, definitely.
And the reason for that is our next slide. We're going to look at the months of inventory, which is one we haven't looked at here in the last few months. Let's take a look at that. All right, the last chart of our video this month is the months of inventory, and this is based on the pending sales. Remember on the very first slide, we saw that increase of pendings. So we'll see how that affected the months of inventory. So that actually caused our level here to drop to 0.8, which is less than 1 month of homes for sale. Not quite as low as it was a year ago. If you recall, we had that extreme low shortage of homes, even lower than now. So
they were down to a half a month at one time, but under 1 month is still pretty low.
yeah, so lots of great data here in the Stockton housing market update for the month of February. We will be back next month, so if you want to see that video, hit that subscribe button right down below if you're on YouTube. If you have questions about the market, put it in the comments below. We're happy to answer them. Our numbers are also here on the screen. Again, my name is David McKeever. This is Richard Hunley. We're brokers here in Stockton, California. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.